Hi everybody, this is Ospreyeye from mychartcoach.com, and in this video we're going to take a look here at gold miners and stocks that were in play today. So first up is GLD. This is the Spider Gold share, and as you can see here, it's breaking out today. RSI is hitting 70, the 70 overbought level. Fasto did close at 99. Today's close was near high of day. As you can see here, there was a gap up open above the prior double top level. There was a double top created between the April and June highs, and then today's move above the June 6 closing price is signaling more upside potential. On a pullback, you want to see this red horizontal resistance line turn into support. That's at 123. So 123 is the key level to hold. The breakout above that level is signaling more upside potential. Notice how this has been a really strong sideways channel, and now it's breaking out above the top of the channel. That's signaling more upside. Gold did break $1,300 an ounce today for the first time since November, and there is rising tensions on the Korean Peninsula, and this is all creating more energy for a gold rally on top of the Fed and interest rates. So there's a lot behind gold breaking out here, and the key is bulls want to see a GLD continue riding EMA 4 and 8 support higher. That's the pink and green line on this chart. As long as they're holding, the chart's super strong. If it breaks, as long as the middle Bollinger Band at 121.69 holds, that's a dotted purple line, the uptrend should continue. The uptrend will be intact. Once that level breaks, that will signal downside risk similar to back here. Okay, so with GLD breaking out today, the thing to do is to look at the gold miners. This is GDX. Okay, this is the gold miners ETF, and if you look here at RSI, you can see it's at 58 right now, so it's between the 50 and 70 bull zone. There's still plenty of room to run till 70 overbought level. The high of day to close did push Fasto up here at 99.70. Keep in mind this is a weekly chart, so this week's candle will not set until the closing bell on Friday, so a lot can change between now and Friday. The key level to break is going to be the second week of April close. Okay, so that's this red horizontal resistance line, and then after that's going to be the first week of February. A close above both of those levels is going to put this 300-week moving average at 2750 on deck. Notice how the candle this week is forming above this red descending resistance line. Okay, so there was this you could go with the descending triangle or symmetrical triangle pattern, but basically, this is a strong breakout above descending resistance, and many times that signals more upside potential. Notice how on the first week of August there was a close above this green line here. That is the 50-week moving average, so it has been able to turn that level into support, and so and it's busting through the upper Bollinger Band. This is all signaling more upside potential. If you look back here for the big run that happened back in February of 2016, notice it was the break above the 50-week moving average and above busting through the upper Bollinger Band for the first time. That was signaling the breakout higher, and that led to a multi-month gold miner run. So we'll see if it can get going and make that happen again here. Notice before, when it broke above the 50-week moving average, it didn't bust through the upper Bollinger Band. So this is a good start here. This could be signaling a potential bigger run higher, and that would be putting the 2750 target on deck. Okay, so talking about gold stocks, keep an eye for you penny stock players on BAA. This is the bottom of the barrel, worst of breed type of gold stock, but it is heating up here with RSI breaking above the 30 oversold line. You have Fasto that's back at 59 here. And then down here on the daily chart, you can see there was a close today above the pink line. Notice how the candles had been below the pink line. The last close above that level was the first trading day in August, and then you had to go all the way back here. And so basically it's been struggling with EMA's 4 and 8 resistance. EMA 8 is the lime colored line. So the close above both those levels and EMA 13 at 30 is signaling more upside potential. What bulls want to see is a break above this dotted purple line, which is 0.33. A close above that level would signal signal the possible start of a new uptrend, and then that would put this upper Bollinger Band and 50-day simple moving average zone on target, that 45 to 50 zone. So keep an eye on BAA. We'll see if we can get a new uptrend going. It did have a PSAR bull flip on Friday. There was a big volume spike today, and recent bull crosses on MACD. So those are all signals that the chart is heating up. Okay, the big winner today was ALQA. Okay, this stock, made a huge run. It was running hard all day. Congrats everyone that caught the early alerts and that's been trading this. Good job. It's currently at 65 on RSI, so it's not at the 70 overbought level. If you look at the past big run, it did break above 70. Fasto did close at 95, so that is getting frothy, and you do have this parabolic spike on plus DI. Check out the big white candle that formed today down here on a huge volume spike. So this was alerted last week when the volume spiked down here on Thursday of last week and this white candle formed. So yeah, congrats to everyone that caught the early alert. And then yeah, it broke out today above the middle Bollinger Band, above this green line here, which is the 50-day simple moving average, above the gold line, which is the 100-day simple moving average, and then it closed above the upper Bollinger Band. So that was a super strong move. Notice where the closing price was today. Okay, this 45 level. Notice where that lines up with. That's the bottom of the gap. There was a gap back here in March, okay, between this is the top of the gap up here, and then this is the bottom of the gap, and so it ran right up to the bottom of the gap resistance level, and that's where it stopped. So it's going to need to break above that level and turn it into support to head higher. The next simple moving average target level is 0.488. That is going to be the big level to break. If it can get above that, and then if you look at the prior, the gap is currently filled up to this level to about 52. Okay, so this is I guess actually it's filled a little bit higher than that. Yeah, so it's filled currently up here to around 53 or so, the top of this candle. So there's still a space in between these two horizontal resistance lines. And so a run up here to just about 59.60 would fill the gap. So if it gets above the 200-day simple moving average, then we'll be talking about a potential gap fill. Right now, it's hitting bottom of gap resistance. That is a huge resistance level. You could see the candles work back into the bands. If that does happen, you want to see this 100-day simple moving average of 0.369 turn into support. Notice that it did break above this descending resistance line in this downward channel, so you would like to see that level hold. So 40 cents is another big level. Breaks below 40, you've got 37, and then below that it's the 50-day simple moving average at 345. That's another big level to hold. So we'll see here if ALQA can get a new uptrend going. It's got to turn this middle Bollinger Band into support. Okay, let's look at CRMD. This is another stock that made a big move. It is at above 70 on RSI. You've got Fasto at 97, so it is overbought at both levels. Okay, CRMD has been heating up. If you look back here, it had 2 weeks ago, it closed above the 50-day simple moving average. That's this green line. We did put out alerts on that move. That was the first close above that level since you had to go way back here into it looks like March to find a close above that level, and so that was our clue that the chart was heating up and that eventually this was going to start heading higher. That was the signal. The middle Bollinger Band held last week, and then once it closed back above the 50-day simple moving average, that was your signal is back in play. Notice it's been holding that level at 40 cents. Okay, as long as that holds, the chart is very bullish. The candles are currently forming above the middle Bollinger Band and the 50-day simple moving average. It is hitting the next target, which is the 100-day simple moving average at 54. That's the gold line. It needs to close above that level. If it closes above that level and that level holds, that's going to be super bullish, and we'll be talking about the bottom of this gap. There's a gap on this chart from back in April between the top of the gap is the bottom of this candle, and this doji here, the top of it, the upper wick is the top of this gap, and so, or the bottom of the gap. So if you get a move above the 100-day simple moving average, the next target is going to be the bottom of the gap level. Okay, so yeah, huge volume spike behind the move. Keep an eye on CRMD. We're looking for a breakup of that 100-day simple moving average. Okay, take a look at RNVA here. This is a annotated chart here. What you want to see if you're a bull is you want to see RSI get above 50. It's at 45 right now. Fasto is in the 50 to 70 or 80 bull zone now at 61, so there is some more room to run until overbought levels. This is a chart we posted earlier in the day, and at the time the green line and red line were pinched, plus DI and minus DI, and we were looking for a bullish crossover, and that did happen today. The green line did cross the red line to the upside, so that was a good signal, bullish signal. We've got a PSAR bull flip. Notice how the green dots were above the candles during this entire drop, and then today when the share price broke above this dot level, the dots flip below the candles, and so that was another signal that a possible new uptrend is starting. What we're looking for here is a close above this dotted purple line, which is the middle Bollinger Band at 28. The upper wick shows that level broke intraday, but it pulled back below. A close above that level is going to be bullish, but if you do look back here, back on August the 7th, it closed above the middle Bollinger Band, but that fell to hold and the downtrend continued. You can go back here in July and the same thing happened, and so this has been a recurring pattern. Once again, it happened back here in June as well on the 26th. Closed above, fell to hold, closed above, fell to hold, pulled back, closed above, fell to hold back. And so now what we're keeping an eye out for is a bullish change in trend. We're looking for that middle Bollinger Band to hold and a possible new uptrend begin. Once there's a close above the middle Bollinger Band, then the 50-day simple moving average at 33 becomes the target. Notice how that was hit the last time. So that's going to be the big level. There could be a run between 28 and 33, and then it'd have to close above 33 to head higher, and then we'd be talking about the closing price on the 10th, which is at 40 cents is the next target. There was light volume when this was alerted this morning, and then as you can see, there was a nice volume spike. That was the largest volume since all the way back here in July. That's exactly what bulls like to see. And then notice the bullish crossover starting on the 12, 26, and 9, and the bullish crossover started last week on the 8, 13, and 5. Okay, so take a look at MNKD. This stock is making a nice move. It likes to disappoint, but it's been heading higher here in a strong uptrend. You've got RSI now at 72. Fasto is above 93. If you look down here at the candles, you could see that it completed a move back to the closing price here on May 30th. That's the circled candle right here, and so the close was just above that level. That is the high close horizontal resistance level. Notice that this is the open, the top of this candle, and that is the next target at 180. But this is the most recent high close. You have to go back all the way back here into what is this, March, and that would be up here about 180, just above 180 would be the next high close. So this is a really strong move. It has to turn this 165 level into support to head higher. If it fails with this level, it struggles because it is, if you look down here, there are 5 green volume bars in a row. If it does stall out here, you'd really like to see EMA 4 support hold. That is at 155. Notice how it's been, the candles have been above this pink line the entire time since it closed above that level back here on the 14th of August. Okay, and notice how the pink line crossed over the green line, and then the candles have been riding above it ever since. That was the point of the bullish change in trend. And so once there's a close below EMA 4, that will be a signal that the current trend is changing, that the stock is cooling down, and that it could possibly consolidate. When that happens, if EMA 8 breaks, that's at 148 currently, you could see a drop down in the middle Bollinger Band and the 50-day simple moving average. To the upside, if it breaks above this stays above this 165 level, then we're talking about the top of this candle, the 180 level, and then we're talking about the 200-day simple moving average is the ultimate next target at 202. So that's where this is headed if it can continue this uptrend, the 200-day simple moving average. So we'll see if it can follow through. It's been doing good so far. Okay, we'll look at RLOG here last, and keep an eye on the stock. We're keeping an eye out for a close above the 50-day simple moving average, which is the green line here currently at 32. Notice how that level broke intraday. Check out the Bollinger Bands. They're super tight. This is the upper Bollinger Band, this purple line, and this is the lower Bollinger Band. And when they get really tight, it signals that a change in trend is coming soon. And so a break above would signal that the change in trend is going to be to the upside. And if it breaks below and it breaks horizontal support, support and busts through the lower Bollinger Band, that will signal downside risk. So we're looking for a close above this green line, and if that happens, then we're talking about a potential run up here to the 100-day simple moving average at 47. And then this is a very thinly traded stock, but as you can see today, it was the largest trading day since all the way back here in July. So yeah, keep an eye on RLOG. Okay, thank you very much for viewing this video. If you'd like to learn more about charts and technical analysis, check us out at mychartcoach.com and our YouTube channel at mychartcoach.com. Thank you.